Step 3. Creating the external appointment links. This video will review in detail the settings for creating 3 different types of external appointment links: an individual link, a Meet with All link, and a Meet with Any link. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Now that you have your calendar established solely for the purpose of external appointment links, you can begin creating the links. On the left side of your screen, you'll see the globe icon at the end of the left side menu bar. Click the globe and you'll be presented with the option to create link. Click the Create Link button and a link info pop-up will appear. This is where you'll enter all the external appointment link settings depending on what kind of link you want to make. Let's start by creating an individual external appointment link. This will enable contacts to schedule an appointment to meet directly with you. This video will also cover creating links to meet with all attendees in the link settings, or any of the attendees in the link settings, but let's start here. First, you'll want to name the individual external appointment link something that will clearly distinguish it from any other links you may create on this calendar. Keep in mind that the name of the link will appear as the title on the Schedule Appointment page for the contact, so choose something work appropriate. For this example, let's name the link Meeting Link with Michelle. You should notice that the link field will automatically populate the link to match the link name. This can be edited if desired, as it does not need to match, but the link does need to be unique to your Striven system, so you will not be able to use the same link name for multiple external links. Something else to note here is that if you change the link name at some point after creation, the link does not change automatically to match. That only occurs when you originally enter the link name. The link description is optional, but this explains the objective of the link and will display on the schedule page for the contact so they know the purpose of the appointment they're attempting to schedule with you. In this example, I'll put Appointment Link to Meet with Michelle. Moving on, we have an appointment title. This can be edited to include merge fields for the external contact's name, email, and company name. You can change the message that goes along with the merge field info if you desire, which will then all become the subject of the appointment. This is how the appointment will display on your Striven calendar, as well as the subject on the appointment confirmation page and in the appointment confirmation email to the contact. Below the appointment title is the meeting description, which is important to configure properly so that the contact receives the appropriate meeting information for the appointment they're scheduling. This description field will house the merge fields for the meeting link and meeting joining info once configured. Just make sure you put a space between the merge fields in the settings, or the meeting link might mix with the meeting joining info. If you leave this field blank, the contact will not be supplied with the relevant meeting information. This is why we started this process by establishing the meeting link and meeting joining information on your My Info page. Good thinking, right? Next, we'll configure the attendees for the external appointment link. And since we're creating an individual external appointment link, yep, you guessed it, you'll only be adding yourself to the list. Unless, of course, you're creating this link for another employee, which in that case you'll only add that particular employee's name. Beneath the attendees list is a link to show more options. Clicking that will expand the pop-up to display further detail configuration options for the link. Here you can set the appointment type, appointment location, as well as set the available hours for the attendee's availability. This is determined based on the current calendar, which is why we left it blank, and the attendee's shifts. In other words, if the attendee does not have a shift that includes weekends, those days will not be made available for selection when scheduling an appointment externally with this link. Generally speaking, the available hours will default to match the calendar hours, but this can be changed to accommodate your scheduling preferences. For instance, if you only want contacts to be able to schedule an appointment with you between certain hours of the day, you'll enter those hours here in the link. In this example, I've decided I only want appointments scheduled externally for the afternoon hours between 1 and 5 p.m., so my mornings will remain free for whatever internal appointments I may need to schedule. I'll set the appointment duration for 30 minutes, but you can select whatever works best for you. Buffer times can be useful here in order to give you time to prepare for an appointment or travel to your appointment's destination if you're meeting the contact in person. Since my link here is for a virtual appointment using a meeting link, I think I'll leave the buffer option alone. Now we've reached some important settings that can negatively affect our schedules if not configured correctly. Only check this box if you want to show tentative time slots on your calendar as available for scheduling with this link. Only check this box if you want to allow unknown or anonymous contacts to schedule an appointment with you using this link. And since in this case we're creating an individual external appointment link, we do not need to check the box to allow a meeting with any one of the attendees. This option will come into play later when we create an external appointment link for any attendee. The last setting on this pop-up is for the link expiration date. If you wish to set a limit for how long the link will be active, you can select a date and time for it to expire. Otherwise, leave it blank and the link will not expire. Click Save and you're primed for liftoff. But wait, there's more. Next, we'll be creating a multiple attendees external appointment link to schedule with all attendees. Now, the settings for the next two kinds of external appointment links are basically the same as the individual one, so we can skim through to where the differences begin. Since we already created the external appointment link calendar, you can click the Create Link button again and start configuring the new link. Obviously, you'll want to name the link with the same things in mind as with the individual link. Other settings that can be configured similarly are the link description, the appointment title, and the appointment description. But don't forget to include your meeting link and meeting joining info merge fields in the description and put that space between them. Since this link is scheduling for multiple attendees, the merge fields will use the organizer attendees meeting link and joining info. Once you get down to the attendees, the settings will be a little different than the individual link you created. This time, you'll want to add all of the attendees you wish to be included in the meeting scheduled from this appointment link. This can be an employee, team, division, or determined by job title. Moving on to the advanced options, again you'll want to decide if you want to set the appointment type and appointment location, as these are optional fields. Set the available hours to match the preferences of the attendees you've added to the link and the duration of the meeting. Add buffer times if so desired. Again, check the boxes for the settings options you wish to include in the link. And since for this link we want to include all attendees, you do not want to check the box to allow a meeting with any one of the attendees. Set your link expiration if you wish, click Save, and it's done. Piece of cake! Just one more to go. Lastly, we'll be creating a multiple attendees external appointment link to schedule with any attendees. Once again, we've already created the external appointment link calendar, so you can add this third link type to the same one as the other external appointment links. Name the link with the same details in mind as the other two links. The link description and appointment title will be configured similarly to before. Be sure to add your meeting link and meeting joining info merge fields to the appointment description with the space between them. For this link, you will add all of the attendees you wish to be considered for scheduling this appointment link. The system will search the availability of each of the listed attendees and offer time slots that correspond to schedule openings of the attendees. This provides more options to the contact from which to select a meeting date and time. Again, with the advanced options, you'll want to configure the settings for the appointment type and appointment location, set the available hours to match the preferences of the attendee on the link, and set the meeting duration and buffer times if needed. Check the boxes for the settings options you wish to include in the link, but this time the link will be selecting an individual attendee based on their availability. So you are finally going to check the box to allow a meeting with any one of the attendees. This option is required in order for the system to find available dates and times of any of the listed attendees. Set your link expiration, or don't, your choice. Click Save, and you're ready to roll. Great news! You now know how to create an external appointment link for whichever purpose you need. If necessary, you can create multiple links with different attendee selections depending on who is required to be included in the scheduled meeting. Please continue to the next video to review the steps for sharing the external appointment links with your contacts.